Welcome friends. On behalf of Navi Bhumi Bengali Association, we are here with another session of Doctor Talk with us. We have a very renowned doctor, Dr. Mr. Vishal with us. He is a consultant neurologist over here in Apollo Medical Healthcare. And we are going to have a discussion with respect to all aspect of the neurological requirements as per the science is concerned, as per the mental health is concerned with respect to the people, those who are sitting at home. So, on behalf of Navi Mumbai Bengali Association, I welcome Dr. Vishal on this particular session.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Vishal.
Dr. Vishal, we are going through a very difficult phase right now, particularly because I am putting up this question directly right now. This phase which the pandemic time, which is almost now over 13-14 months, people are sitting at home, people are fighting for this particular disease. They're also undergoing different mental state, which is something, some are fighting for the disease, some are waiting for their, the livelihood. In all such situations, there is good amount of mental stress which every individual is going through. So in such scenario, doctor, we'd like to know about that. And in fact, for my own, the community or the association to which I am belonging, they also feeling this kind of stress level over there. What are the different ways by which you can combat this entire mental stress levels?
Yeah, this is a very unusual and very unique type of situation we are coming across. It's been more than a year now we are facing this pandemic. So pandemic has not only medical implications, a lot of social and also the emotional component with it. Because because of lockdown, there is a lot of job loss and there is a difficulty in maintaining livelihood. And due to lockdown also most of the people are restricted out of fear or out of necessity in the home. So there are a lot of different type of stress, emotional and physical stress out of it. So whenever we discuss a stress, actually stress is always can be modified without medicine. It is we have to identify the stressor. Here we know there is external stressor. External stressor is COVID and it's a situation created by the COVID. That is external, but that we can't modify. So we have to change our internal way of thinking, and also we have to look into the internal stressors. So that's how we can manage the stress level. Because if you don't manage it, we know some factors are not correctable, and we keep thinking over that. You will ultimately end up having no solution and increasing your stress level. So take it. You should take it a positive outlook. We know that we can change the situation, but yeah, obviously we can change our way, or we can modify our outlook towards it. We can involve more into the aerobic exercises. Aerobic exercises are very good for the body. They also the mental health. They will release the hormone of well-being. We call it endorphins. And we have some sufficient type of physical exertion. You get good sleep. Again, that will calm our mind, anxiety and tension to the down level. Then you can do yoga if you believe. Yoga actually it is aerobic exercise, or any form of aerobic exercise will reduce your stress level. But suppose you have early morning awakening, or you have persistently depressed mood, suicidal ideation some patient get, then these are the patients who require psychiatrist or psychologist help. Otherwise, most of the things we can manage with our way of thinking, our modified lifestyle outcomes.
So, doctor, when you talk about with respect to this kind of an attitude which the person is developing during this particular lockdown period, also, I'm taking you back a little bit of that also. Before the lockdown status, the person is already enjoying his job. He's really into his own day-to-day functions over there. Immediately, this particular stop which comes into his life, where he has all kind of a fear and all about it. What could be the different diseases which it can lead to?
First of all, as you mentioned, stress. Stress is actually not a per se a disease. Stress will give rise to a precipitate other illness. Suppose acute stress, and we call it chronic stress. Body has a mechanism to deal with everything. Suppose there is an acute stress, we have mechanism, we have hormonal changes in the body, and that can take care for few days also. But suppose stress is persistent, we call it chronic stress, then ultimately it will affect your whole health. It will increase your blood pressure, if diabetic, it can change your glycemic status. Then we have seen a lot of patients as a neurologist. I see a lot of patients with a migraine. Migraine is not disease, but it is a condition. So we get precipitated with the stress. So in this lockdown, we are seeing a lot of our patients who are settled with medicines and doing well, and now due to lockdown, there are a lot of stress and more frequency of headaches and increased intensity of headache. So these are the problems we are seeing with this current scenario. Apart from that, Other neurological illnesses also are rising trend. We are seeing a lot of patients due to lockdown they have gained weight. They are not doing exercises. They are not able to do.
That's what we have seen. A lot of people are coming even
So
during
actually
this lockdown. I have gained the weight also.
Exactly. So we are seeing a lot of vascular factors which were under control before that and which are increasing and which are giving rise to the lot of vascular disorders like stroke. We have seen a lot of patients with stroke coming. Not from COVID, but apart from that, otherwise also. If you see incidents last year and this year, definitely more. Cardiac illnesses also, especially MI, is more common in this pandemic type of situation. Again, you mentioned, can you repeat your question, sir, about the
So
job
I
loss?
asked about that particularly during this particular period. You may see about that if you leave about the pandemic also, the person is already leading a normal life. But during the normal life also day to day, a lot of stress he is also taking because like in case of the Bombay style of working particularly, we believe in that also both the parents are working and then they are coming back and they have to deal with their own children also. But at the end also at the weekend I see about that their faces are totally different. They are trying to relax and then what happens the children they are trying to get the the attention of the parents. They don't get much of that attention over there also. So the kind of there's a transfer of the stress from the parents. It has gone to the children too.
Yes. Actually, sir, whenever our indirect and direct attitude ultimately will affect not only us, our family also. Ultimately, that's why we are a family. If one person is affected, other person will bound to have some affection, especially children. Especially elderly, we are more in a difficult situation now, especially job security, our health and family's health. So sometimes as a family member, as a leader of the family, we can't express them as a male or female also working. I'm not saying only male. Everybody, parents can express in that way, but somehow they try to suppress it and but their subconscious mind don't come out of that problem because problem is problem. So ultimately, they develop some form of depression, low mood, and they can't enjoy family life. They can't interact with children, and ultimately it will affect whole family. So again, I am telling you, stressor is stressor. If you can't modify the one stressor, you have to modify ourselves. You are ultimately thinking one problem which is not constant, which is not going to change. You can't change it. So you modify ourselves. So that's how we can prevent the other adverse effects, secondary effects of such type of situation.
So do you believe in such kind of where the parents should reach to the rescue of a neurosurgeon or neurologist, particularly with respect to getting some kind of advices with respect to changing over the overcoming conditions right now?
Sir, I'm a doctor, but I don't believe that every solution is a medicine. As if for stress also, I don't believe 90% of stress can be managed with your behavior modification and some change in your attitude and some aerobic exercise and all that kind of. Same thing happens to the neurological illness also. For every time you try to identify and try to treat, try to correct it, the stressor, so it will correct the condition itself. Suppose it is not persistent headache or persistent some actually you are getting some precipitated neurological event, at that we are there. In neurology you can consult any doctor, not neurologist, you can consult a physician.
Any doctor?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So do you believe that the people, those who are coming, like the yoga teachers, those who are coming, they are coming with certain solutions like that? Okay, let us come and sit with us. We will try to release you with respect to your mental trauma and mental stress level over there also. Do you feel that these are also helping the entire bunch of the society during this particular period over there?
Yes, sir. I completely agree. First thing, there is no harm. So suppose a problem, if some solution is there, there is no harm. Why we should not try it? We should try it. And yoga is nothing. It's the aerobic exercise. It will also increase the level of well-being inside the body. It will increase your breathing capacity. So I think it should help you. There is no harm actually. So we should do it.
Okay. There is a lot of the news print media which is always coming into the part of it. And similarly, what happens, I have seen a lot of parents, they are sticking around most of the time to the TV news channels. Every day and night, they are trying to find it out that what's the total number of the scores which is. Total number of.
सर ये जो साइलेंट कर लीजिए और ये जो क्वेश्चन है ना रिपीट कर लीजिए.
During this particular period, you might have also we are also seeing it also. Many of the parents I have seen that they are sticking across with respect to the TV channels because they are now sitting at home also. They are also discussing these points with respect to that. Oh, this much number of the cases has gone up right today. Today, the political scenario is also something like that. Also, people are always having a lot of discussions at home. Now, this is I am feeling about as a part of it also. It is somewhere it is putting up a lot of mental burden on me also. As an individual, if I am learning to it, if I am going through this particular channels, I am feeling about at the end, I am stressed. Now, what is your suggestions that how the people they cope up with this kind of news? It's not only the news, but even I'm talking about the papers also. It may be there are a lot of circulation which comes into the WhatsApp. A lot of people are going through this particular. I feel about these are traumatized. The traumatized news which are always keep on coming.
So when you see news are not always negative, there are positive news also. But unfortunately, not unfortunately the tendency of our current situation or not always it was always like that. Most of the focus is on negative news. Nobody reports positive news. So that's why we are coming across negative news. But there are a lot of positive also happening. So a lot of people are getting affected with COVID and dying. So you know that aspect. But a lot of people recovering also. So I think again, situation is saying you can't change it, but let us try to take positivity out of it. Like we know COVID, so rather than getting panic, you can fight COVID with a panic. Again, you will end up having losing your morale and you will willpower. So be positive. You ignore a lot of negatives. Yeah, we know, but how to protect yourself? How to take a proactive step despite having so much negative? I think we should. That is the way to take it. Otherwise, out of fear, you can't fight. As a doctor, we are also regularly seeing patients. Daily, we take COVID long and but if we take precaution, we know we have to go at home. Not me, all my colleagues also. So, but on other healthcare, I'm not talking doctors, our sisters, our ward boys, a lot of other health associations, biomedicals and all. Everybody is doing ambulance driver. So if we think that negative, how can anybody work?
Okay.
So what I think there are a lot of negative. We should extract the positivity out of it and ignore a lot of negative things. From that you should learn. Yeah, if you are not following the COVID protocol, you are going to get affected. So follow COVID protocol. So there is learning from negative things also. But I think we should not engage. We should not think too much about the negative things. We should always look after positive, brighter aspect of that news also.
So, doctor, being as a the doctor's profession particularly, you are nowadays much more stressed. The reason I'm finding that also you must be getting a lot of patients with respect to this kind of mental health conditions which are coming to your hospital. What is your own person? How you're taking care of yourself also in such conditions?
Stress. If you are a living person, you are going to get stressed. Only person who is not giving, who is not stressed out is a dead person. So, as a human living being, one form of stress you always will get. So as a doctor, I am not taking medicine. Normally there are a lot of situations. Apart from this COVID also we come across a lot of stressful situations. But we always try to find out, like I mentioned, positive way. We discuss with our colleagues, with our superiors, and we try to find out a solution. And one thing is there is always solution or always way out to any problem. If you keep thinking, you will develop depression. Persistent stress will give to depression and it will impact your health negatively. Not only mental, it will bring you down physically also. So we take it positively. We take a help of our friends for solution. And suppose I never took any psychiatric consultation, but I will never hesitate. Suppose I am very much low and I am feeling suicidal ideation, so I will not hesitate in taking a consultation of my psychiatrist or psychologist.
This is a very good thing which you have talked about with respect to the psychiatric consultation is concerned. I feel about that there is a kind of a barrier which is within the society also. Something which I'm feeling about that, which I'm also noticing in some of my friends also. I generally try to recommend that also. Why don't you go to the psychiatrist? The moment I say about that, the mind strikes that it is something wrong, which the person is also talking about it. How to overcome, how to modify this kind of a culture which is already there in the people, those who are studying. Do you feel about that? There's a good amount of people nowadays going to the psychiatrist, particularly with respect to this kind of treatment.
We are in now different centuries, sir. I think we should modify our way of thinking now. Psychiatry is not only about psychosis. That first we should mention.
Right.
See, whenever a state of mind we divide, it is a neurosis and psychosis. In between your state of mind. So always there will be some fluctuation. Some anxiety component, some neurosis component. That is not a problem. But sometimes it goes beyond some physiological limit. When we start affecting your lifestyle, that is the time we should consult somebody. Because you have taken all measures out of lifestyle, but it's not helping to you need short-term help in the form of either behavioral therapy or in the form of some short-term medicine. So psychiatry is not only about psychosis or schizophrenia and all. There are a lot of, I think most of the psychiatrists are not seeing those patients. I think they are seeing more of a patient of a neurosis or this spectrum.
Correct. That's a very
So we
big
should change our attitude toward a psychiatrist.
Correct. That's a very big thing which you have talked about. That there's a neuroscience and there is called as a psychoscience, which is already working in terms of the tandem treatment also. But in this particular scenario, which I am feeling that many of the people I talk about with respect to the the pandemic time itself, Particularly, I find that also a lot of people, I think, in your own departments also gastroenterological issues which have come up. There are a lot of people that are also being advised to have some kind of neurological medicines also, particularly they are taking it those medicines. Besides, they are taking the gastroenterological medicines also. I have a personal feeling because even at my home also, particularly, I found that also my wife has got a lot of developed a lot of problems, particularly when I interacted and when the doctor has interacted with her over for 3 4 months, she was on the gastroenterological treatment, and thereafter she has gone to okay, you should have a nerve relaxation, some medicines has to be given, and now I'm finding that it is a good number of some of the people, those who are known to us also, they are also the following stage. They have a gastric issues, and thereafter with the gastric issues, they will also be advised to have some kind of nerve relaxant medicines now.
Okay. So in that way, sir, what gastric system is not apart from system, different system of the body. In our body, it's the body, it's connected. Brain is connected to the heart is connected to everything is there is correlation. So suppose there is a stress, it will cause increase acidity. So suppose patient is having migraine headache, they all often develop now dyspepsia, acidity. It doesn't mean that that is separate, that is not headache. It is otherwise. So one system is related to otherwise. So if you are in stress, your some system is affected, you are bound to have some gastric symptom.
Okay.
So if you correct the situation, it will improve. So if you correct the problem, so you may not have to take acidity tablet for long term also. Or otherwise also, suppose you have primary gastric issue, increased acidity due to some primary gastric problem, it will also affect your poor intake and it will cause other system involvement. So everything is correlated by in that. So you have to identify the primary problem at fault. You have to address the problem, it will solve the whole scenario.
Doctor, we have in our own association, there are a good amount, around 40% of the senior citizens who are there. And as you know about that, most of these senior citizens, either they are away from the children, those who are, they are in abroad or somewhere they are also located. They are living a very isolated and lonely life during this because there is no such kind of enjoyment, nothing is over there also. To upkeep their mental health, what are your advices with respect to the nutrition is concerned?
As of now, nutrition, I believe in our balanced diet. What if our Indian diet is balanced diet? So you stick to your diet, avoid other foods and all. If you see our normal Indian thali also, it contains protein, everything. So you should keep taking a normal diet. You believe in our diet itself, so that is sufficient. Suppose you are having some other elements, or suppose doctor have prescribed some supplement, then only you take supplement, otherwise no need. Nowadays I have seen a lot of people are taking a lot of, I don't know, every time whatever medicine they call is harmless medicine, it's not actually medicine harmless. You should stay away from any supplement unnecessary. You can take some simple vitamin C or B complex tablets, not regularly, maybe on and off. Suppose you have vitamin D deficiency, you can have a vitamin D supplementation. Otherwise, without any advice, you should not take it. So if you ask me what is a balanced diet, our normal diet is a balanced diet. Along with that, you should not have excessive fat. Suppose you have diabetes, you should avoid carbohydrate, extra carbohydrate, free carbohydrates. If you are hypertensive, you should avoid extra salt. But how can a person take food without salt? So what our advice is, restrict salt. Don't take extra salt. Avoid extra salt containing food. That is a logical advice that makes a long-term impact. If I ask you don't take salt, you will follow for 1 month or 2 months, but at the end you will avoid it. So not practical actually. So rather extra salt you should avoid. Similarly, oily also. You should avoid oily food, especially elderly. They have risk factor like diabetes, hypertension, obesity sometimes. Age itself is a risk factor for the atherosclerosis. So you should avoid excess oil. If you ask me any particular oil to be, so if you go by books, then they recommend that you should have one oil is rich in something, other oil is in other rich in some other factors and all. So this they generally recommend switch your oil. 1 month you take this oil, 1 month you take this oil. But actually it's not practical.
So the change of oil is also very important as a part of.
No, actually not practical, sir. So suppose one oil is rich in some polyunsaturated or MUFA, some is rich in other things. So the dietitian generally recommend that 1 month you should take this oil, 2nd month, so that can fulfill your demand. But it's not practical if you see. What I would recommend, you take everything, but you should restrict excessive. Excessive oil you should restrict.
So oil is one of the basic condition which you are talking about. It has to be restricted to the level which is.
It is also some sort of fat is also required in diet. It's not like you should not have a diet free fat. It's not food. It's not practical. But excess oil is also not good for your body, especially if you have lipid disorder. So you should avoid excess oil. That's what I will recommend.
Okay. So, doctor, the nutrition is a very important part of which.
And also,
for
for
this,
I just one more
yes,
interrupt you.
Yeah.
Fruits.
Right.
Fruits are a natural source of antioxidants.
Okay.
Take lot of fruits. At
So, a
least
lot
one
of
fruit-
fruits, which is important in terms of the.
They are natural source of antioxidant, and elderly, it is a natural source of fibers. So if you have salad, if you have fruits into your, so you will have less constipation and also that, because fiber containing food avoid constipation.
Okay.
So I would in balance diet, apart from that, you should have food also, and you should have avoid excessive fat, avoid excessive salt. I think that is the food you can actually, this advice you can follow in long run.
Another question which is coming to my mind also, doctor, which is quite a generic question nowadays. What is happening that now the schools and colleges, they are already they closed. The most of the children are at home, right? They have to stay indoors because due to the scenario is concerned. So there is a lot of the children are also undergoing through a different type of mental trauma. You can say about that. They have to switch over from a direct learning to a indirect learning, that is to your mobiles or you through your pads. They have to go through it also. Second important thing is also, since they have been the entire day at home, very less activity they can do it at home. Now, how do you recommend that to the parents that at this particular scenario to keep their mental health conditions very well? What are the things the parents should also follow?
Sir, important aspect, you raise a very significant issue actually here. We generally underestimate this. Children are getting affected. Especially children, they need interaction with their other peer groups or other, so that they develop skills or develop communication skills with playing with their peers. That is not happening since last 1 year. So it is very difficult situation, and it will definitely impact, because this is their growing and learning phase. It will negative impact. So we try to sort it out. So now most of the time what happens, they resort to the digital media. Most of the they use smartphone, then screen time. I think we should restrict screen time. That is not good for children, because it is one-way communication. Always it is they will not try to learn. They will try to just see. So it is not a one-to-one communication like they play. Suppose somebody child is playing with their peer, it is a one-to-one communication. So they will develop some skill, but that type of skill will not develop in the
Standard
digital especially when you are. It is a one-way communication actually. PB is not ask you question. It will just tell you something and you will listen. He will not interact. So that is negatively impact his language skill, his interaction skill. So as a parent, we should give time. We know everybody is busy, some people are doing work from home, but at least you can have a timing. Suppose husband is doing job in that way, you should spare some time. You should engage yourself with children also, with their activities. You should take their homework or indoor games.
Right.
Or if possible, odd hours, you can take a round in your society, avoid crowding, but you should do that. I think you should pay attention to because otherwise long run it may not be, because we have seen a lot of children may develop autistic features or some other features because of this loneliness or like that.
So with that, Doctor, thank you very much for giving us a very lively session with respect to the knowledge with respect to the mental health condition is concerned, and which I feel about our own association members also will like to interact with you over a period with you also. With this, definitely we are looking forward for further few more sessions with you, so that the people at our organizations, at our different association levels, and then at a large, the society get benefited out there. Thank you very much, Doctor, with your respect to your time and valuable
Thank you,
suggestions
sir.
to us.
Thank you for your time also. Thank you everybody.